Welcome to Live Your Bliss Masterclass. I'm Kate Dorsey, and I am so excited to have Michelle Alva joining us today. We're going to talk about embodying your bliss. Hey, Michelle, welcome.
Oh, thank you so much, Kate. I am so excited to be here on your summit. Thank you.
Yes. Can you tell me a little bit about how you got started?
Yeah, so 22 years ago, I graduated as a physical therapist, and my mission in life today, over the past 22 years, has evolved into teaching people how to get in touch with their bodies and the joy and the bliss from when we release all those blockages. We learn how to be a river instead of holding everything like a sponge. I have learned physical therapy. I'm a yoga teacher. I've done a shaman training. Recently, I'm a sound healer, and I'm a tantra practitioner. I've gone into many different ways of healing because of my own suffering, having had sexual trauma at age 14. And so my background is really about finding out how can I heal myself. They talk about the wounded healer, and that's where all my different certifications have been, wanting to find something more that really works. And so that's where all these different backgrounds come from.
Is that what led you to create the Alva method then?
Yes, because I kept, as a physical therapist, we never talked about emotions and traumas and how a lot of my clients are holding chronic pain in their back. So if you watching this summit has any neck tension, shoulder tension, low back pain, a lot of chronic pain is emotional pain. And we don't talk about that because we can't see it. We can't measure it on an x-ray or look at emotional pain on an MRI. However, after working for so many years, I've created ways that people can actually assess what they're holding in their body by tapping into their intuition. All of us have intuition, and all we have to do is turn in and ask ourselves more often. And when we get the answers, a lot of times it's guilt or shame, resentment, for example. So if anybody's listening that's holding on to any hurts from the past, whether it's from yourself or from your family members or somebody, that weighs on our physiology. It dampens our lightness. So it's hard to be blissful when we are a basket case of like resentment. If anybody has ever felt resentment or judgment, it's not sexy. It's not blissful. And it's very real how when we release this, we are more orgasmic, we sleep better, we digest better. When we release the weight of our past, our traumas, our emotions that weigh us down, we can touch the love that we really are more. We can see ourselves more clearly. And I'm living proof of that, because I used to look a lot different even 10 years ago, and I'm 44 now. And when I was 34, I looked 54. So it definitely does make a difference for us to release our baggage, our emotional baggage, and walk around lighter and freer and forgiving.
Oh my gosh, you're so right. There's something about holding on to that weight of it all. It just kind of starts to, like, that wear and tear that starts to show. And then it's like, as we release it, we really do get lighter and brighter, and we really step into like who we really are.
Just like after we have an orgasm, a really good orgasm, like a whole body orgasm, we look like we just came back from vacation. That is the same way that when we release resentment, release judgment, release bitterness, it's a release, and people leave the healing sessions, looking like they were on vacation. Some of them actually do just have an orgasm. So
that's awesome. Who doesn't want to have that, or walk around looking like they just got out, like back from a vacation all the time?
Right.
That sounds fantastic. How do we release? What is it? What does the Alva method do that helps us release all of the weight of the past?
So what I have done is taken science, sexuality, and spirituality, different practices of all of those, and integrated that with our physiology of healing. So all of us are releasing right now. Some women are releasing an egg right now. some men are releasing a sperm right now. Some women are lactating right now and releasing milk. You know, some people are releasing tears. Some of us are releasing our old hair, you know, our nails. We're releasing all the time. That's what we do when we are in a relaxed, calm, peaceful state. When we're stressed out, we hold. So if a lot of us are under chronic tension, chronic pain, if we're chronically stressed, we're going to be more in the holding pattern. Shoulder tension is a holding pattern. Jaw tightness, low back pain. So I feel what we can all become better experts at is releasing experts, because a lot of us are chronic stress know-it-alls. We know stress so well, chronic stress. And our bodies aren't designed to be under chronic stress. We're designed to be under stress, under short-term duration, if there's an emergency. And so what happens is we've forgotten our natural abilities of release. And that's what the Alva method does, is it causes you to remember that your nature is to release and your nature is to flow. So just as when we unlock the combination so that we can open up a lock, you know, if we have our bike and we have a lock for it, so we create this combination of steps that when we turn all those steps on, we release exponentially, and we can become experts at it. So step 1 is gratitude in the Alva method. And step 2 is acknowledging that we're mostly made of energy. Did you all know out there that we're 99% made of energy, that we're actually vibrating molecules, and that our thoughts affect our physiology? So a lot of us, we're not even conscious of our thoughts and how our thoughts are creating stress just by our perceptions. So if anybody out there doesn't like their mother-in-law, or you don't like your thighs, or you don't like the president, you know, if you dislike, you're chronically stressing yourself out. If you can accept your mother-in-law, accept your weight, accept the government, and live in this mode of accepting, you're going to be more relaxed. And basically what I do is I teach people how to amp up their parasympathetic nervous system state of peace and calm, and how to do that in their body. And a big part of it is learning how to maximize your diaphragm muscle contraction, which our diaphragm is the muscle of inspiration. Right underneath my rib cage is my diaphragm. It's this dome-shaped muscle. And when I use it through its full range of motion, which I learned in physical therapy, we can actually bring more oxygen into our lungs, and we can create this expansive rib cage and expansive pelvic floor, because we expand 3-dimensionally, and it stretches the fascia. So we have this sheath over the muscles that's shiny. If you've ever seen like a meat, a steak or chicken, how it's shiny. And they say that we hold our emotions in the fascia. So when people have this experience of the Alva method, sometimes they'll start to cry because they're releasing the fascia. So if somebody had, for example, sexual trauma, or if somebody had their parents hit them when they were a child, they held those emotions in their body. The diaphragm, if your parents ever said, be quiet, don't make any noise, you know, go to your room. And then the child tenses up their diaphragm, they stop breathing sometimes. When we release those muscles, they'll have memories of when they were a child and their mother yelled at them, or they'll have a memory where they held their breath because they were getting raped. Things like that happen, or their parents were hitting them and they were holding their breath, or protecting their sister. I had a man who was protecting his sister from the parents beating her. It was just horrific things that have happened, that when a person just leans back into this posture and opens up and lets their diaphragm contract and release, we don't know what's in there, you know, a lot of us. And I think that's why sometimes people, they want to run in the opposite direction of healing, because there's so much in there. And I was one of those people. That's how I know. That's why I was laughing. I was like, I was running away from myself. Yeah. That's why I said that. And it's interesting, because the only way out is through. And that's what this teaches us, is in a very simple, rapid process that uses our own physiology, how we can get to the other side of joy and bliss, and rapidly. And I like rapid. I like quick and rapid. And trust me, sometimes it's arduous, the people to get here to this place of wanting to have the healing. So some people, it took them 12 years to come here, or 10 years, or they've had my business card for 3 years. There's something about us that when we say, I am so sick and tired of being in this pain, I am so tired of being myself this way, that I notice people make rapid changes when they're ready, when they're really ready and they believe that they're ready. And so yes, we can clear chronic pain from a 9 out of 10. It can go to a 0 in one session. And these miracles happen because I'm teaching people how to heal themselves with their own physiology. So it's not anything foo-foo out there. It's using your own inner resources. And that's what I feel healthcare needs more of, so that we can save billions of dollars and not just take drugs. When you can release your own chronic pain, why do you have to be taking pain medication every 4 hours, 6 hours, when we could just teach people how to release their pain? So this is where I get really excited. And not just release your pain, but learn how to orgasm your body, because there's so many benefits to that. But to get to that place, it's a whole journey that we go. So I say that we transition and transform pain to pleasure. And that's my passion, teaching people.
That sounds fantastic. And I love that you want to like help people get there faster, because if you've been suffering for a long time, it's taken you like a really long time to wake up to that. And it's like, once you're ready, you want to feel better. So we don't want some long drawn out, oh, I've got to go to therapy for 15 years before I can finally feel better. We want something fast and quick.
Well, I'm all about that, because I was in therapy for a lot of years, and it was just from the neck up therapy. So this is about embodiment. This is all about going inside and cleansing and clearing, and then feeling joyous, feeling bliss, not just feeling from my cognitive thinking mind, which is what a lot of healing approaches are about, like hypnotherapy, all the amazing mindset change work that is awesome. It really does affect the mindset. However, we're a body that is in a mindset, and our body is our subconscious mind. And that's where I always would think, why aren't we talking more about embodiment? So it's because I need to talk about it.
Right. So actually, what does embodiment mean? Like, is it just the not floating head and like we're all here, or like what does that really mean?
I'll tell you from a better, like, introduce you to what it's not first.
Okay.
Like, have you ever been walking and you're talking to somebody and you bump into something, or you trip over something and you don't even notice that what your leg bumped into, and you just keep walking? You're not even aware of your body. Or you eat something, and or maybe you're hungry, let's just say, and you're at work, but you don't even notice that you're hungry, but then your mouth is dry. Like, I've been there too. So embodiment is all about actually feeling the sensations in your body throughout your day, and having a reference of yourself as from within your body, as opposed to having a reference of yourself as thoughts, which a lot of times all we are thoughts. And for example, maybe our legs will have poor circulation, or will hold a lot of weight in our body, and we don't even feel. Some women don't even feel their vaginas. You know, I do yoni massage and pelvic floor physical therapy work, and I go inside the vagina, and I guide women to release muscles in their vagina. And I've had clients that ask me after a little bit, they'll say, "Is your finger still inside? I don't feel anything." So I didn't even know that people could be walking around like this. And for me, that's pretty big. I mean, can you imagine not feeling your cheek or not feeling your hands? I mean, that's a pretty big deal. Your vagina matters just as much as your knee and your ankle. And so those are not embodied people. And when we have sexual trauma, we disconnect from our body. And that's what I did for a lot of years of my life. A lot of us are walking around without noticing our bodies, and we will do things and it's like we're not even really there. So if you want to feel the richness of being in a human body, it definitely helps a lot to do the Alva method and really get in your body and get out of your head. because when you're in your body, you're feeling more your intuition. Did you know that? The more you feel in your body, the more you're opening yourself to the feeling, and the feeling is where the intuition meets creativity. So if we want to be more creative, we can be more animals and like animal-like, and massage ourselves, you know, smell your hair, smell yourself, get more in your senses. So more connected to touching yourself, smelling yourself, tasting yourself. and that will shift you out of the thought, unless you analyze how you taste. Get me here? So this is like kind of silly, but I hope it's making sense to people. So the minute you analyze, criticize, or judge, you go up here into the analytical thinking. When you go down and you feel your thigh and you rub your chest, when you're in your body, you go into the feeling mode, and that's where creativity is, sexual energy, our vitality. It's all with the feeling, because your emotions are feelings, and that's energy in motion.
So it's really being connected to the body is really like, what are the sensations and feelings?
What am I feeling? So physical sensations, but then we also have our intuition, which the heart is the largest electrically charged organ. So if you want to go to your intuition quickly, I would recommend put your hand on your left side of your chest. If you want to be more intuitive, close your eyes, feel your heart, expand your breath, because when you take a deep breath in, your heart expands. So if you're tense and you're resentful and your heart is like this, you're not going to be that intuitive, because you're tense and tight. So open your arms, especially the left. Feel your heart. For a lot of us, maybe that's tension. Maybe a lot of us, maybe there's grief or sadness. So once you process those emotions, then you'll have a lighter heart, and then you'll actually feel more intuitive. So the third eye, they talk a lot about a third eye in yoga, about the intuition. So yes, you know, when the mind is quiet, you can hear more of that inner wisdom. However, the heart relaxing, the organ of the heart, it's 50 times stronger electromagnetically than the brain. So if you want to get a quick, when we talk about rapid results,
right,
feel your heart, feel your breath expand, and that's going to bring you into your intuition embodied, not bring you into your intuition thinking. Does that make sense? And this is what a lot of people do, the thinking part. So then they're like, I don't know if I'm really connecting to my intuition. I intuitively don't know. I hear this a lot. So then I say, well, get in your body, get in touch with the animal nature, the feeling. That's what animals do. They're constantly intuitive. They're constantly feeling the weather, feeling their bodies, licking their bodies. So this is, and animals have to be intuitive to survive.
right.
And a lot of us were not tapping into our intuition, animal skills, our natural skills.
I get that. I've been guilty of disconnecting and being like a floating head where you're like, wait a minute, I don't know. And it's like you get kind of caught up in the thoughts and you're like, I gotta drop down to like feel my way through this. For sure.
Throughout my day, I do that. Throughout my day, I'll rub my belly, check in with myself. I'll touch my body and I'll just say thank you. Thank you. I'm very grateful, super grateful throughout my day. There's so many benefits to being grateful. So I'm riding on that wave, you know, whatever helps, and it's free.
I know, I love that. Gratitude is seriously incredible. Like it just shifts you into something different really quickly. And you're like, oh,
I'm grateful for the breaths when I take them, because you're oxygenating yourself fully. So the most beautiful gift you could give yourself is life, right? Mm-hmm. So why not amp up your life receiving ability by taking yourself a deep, expansive breath? That's self-love right there.
You know, I love a good sigh afterwards too. It just feels good.
Yeah.
So how could we embody bliss? So I think we've got embodiment down. Like I totally understand. I hope our audience does too. But how can we start to embody bliss?
So when we talk about bliss, what definition are you using? Because I'd like to use that. since it is your summit.
Thank you. So my favorite definition of bliss is just ultimate joy, just where you're like on the peak and it's just like so freaking awesome and you're just riding that wave.
Beautiful. Sounds like an orgasm to me. See, I always go back.
Yes, like that.
And the question was, how can we embody our bliss in our everyday life, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So what I highly recommend to everyone is to choose in your mind that you are an embodied bliss goddess and God. So you're just going to choose to see yourself, because it all starts with your mindset. Even though we talk about the embodiment that is important, we have to let the mind be open to accepting that you can actually embody bliss in your life. Because somebody might say, oh, you know, you look so happy, Michelle, but I have chronic hip pain. I can't embody my bliss. Like, for me to get there will be tens of years, you know. So that's the first step, is to actually ask yourself, are you willing and are you open and are you ready to receive an embodied blissful life and body, you know, to actually feel that in your body. And some of us might say, well, I don't think I deserve it. So I would love to ponder that question, and people please email me, because I would love to know, what's your answer? Are you ready, willing, and able to embody bliss right now? And then notice what comes up. So if you get a yes, then we're going to do it. And if you get resistance, then take a deep breath in and just feel whatever emotions are coming up. Because some of us, we don't even feel lovable. That's what I went through. I didn't even feel lovable. And that's why I would always create an argument with my ex-husband. I would pick on him and nitpick everybody. And I was just not happy with myself. And ultimately, it was because I didn't feel lovable. So if you would have asked me then, do you embody your bliss? I would have had no idea what that meant. Bliss, extreme happiness, right? And joy. So that's the first one, is saying yes, that you wish to, and you're in alignment with embodying your bliss. The second thing I would recommend for everyone is to be a witness of your life. And whether you're going through good times or bad times, look at all of them as sources of happiness. And this is really important, because if something goes bad and you'd be like, I'm not going to be happy, you know, that this happened to me. My boyfriend cheated on me or something like that, or I got fired. So if you want to embody your bliss in your life, you're going to stay grateful. You're going to be grateful for everything that happens to you. And you're going to ask yourself, what can I learn from this suffering? How can I grow from this getting laid off or cheated on? What's the gift of this that happened to me? And then realizing that we are attracting what happens to us. So if we have been cheated on, most likely we're cheating on ourselves. Or if we get fired, we can look at it as an opportunity to say, well, am I really working in the job that I love? What job do I want to create? And so when you come from a place of a creator mindset, you're going to feel more blissful because you're creating what you actually wish to create. And maybe that partner, the partner that cheated, wasn't your ideal version of yourself that you attracted in a partner. So I look at the dramas and the traumas as reconstruction opportunities. And I can be blissed out about that, because I can trust that the universe has got my back. And if something is falling apart in my life, it's because I'm meant to be rebuilding after that falling apart phase. So I can't let anything, like nothing will get me down at this point in my life. Mind you, certain things happen and then I get angry and then I get sad and then I flow my emotions. But then I remember, hey, wait a minute, what about that principle that I always talk about? To choose to embody our bliss. Right. So sometimes I get off the high horse and I fall apart and make mistakes, you know, and make myself feel terrible. And then I'll come back, because my breathing always brings me back there. And then I'll be like, okay, well, like with dating right now, for me, not everyone likes me the way I like them back, you know? And I'm like, but I'm so adorable, you know, how could this be?
I get it.
It has nothing to do with me. If someone is not ready, willing, and able to connect 100%, then there's something going on that is obviously not meant to be, you know? And then I have like a love coach that asked me, said, well, Michelle, are you clear on what you want? And are you ready and willing? Because everything's just a reflection. And I got nervous. So that gentleman wasn't attracted to me as a blessing to make me fine tune my own knowingness of my own clarity that I'm ready to meet someone 100%. Does this make sense?
Yes.
So then I don't have to get upset. I don't have to take it personally. I can just focus on myself and get more clear and get more aligned and be grateful that that happened and trust that the universe has got my back. And now what do I want to create? You see? So you can't go wrong with this approach because it's always going to lead you to growth and acceptance. But I want to acknowledge that I don't always accept and grow immediately. Okay? Sometimes I get really mad and like, God, really? You know, why can't he like me? You know, and then a couple days later, I'll be like, okay, I see now how I am attracting this and bringing this on. And I think that's really important. If you want to embody your bliss, take a more active role in your life, that you're so powerful and that you are attracting what comes to you. So look at the feedback of what comes to you as an opportunity to get more clear, get more aligned with what really tickles your heart and what really gets you blissed out and joyful, because that's something for me. I don't think I asked enough. What do I really want to create? What do I really desire? What does my heart really wish to create? And I would say yes to men that were interested in me and giving me, you know, charming, and I may not have thought they were that cute or that interesting, but because they're all over me, I would kind of say yes and kind of this. And now if I'm not even interested, I'm not even going to try to like someone. Like, I won't even go there. Why would I do that? Looking back on it, I have no idea still, but I think it was more because I just wanted people to love me and like me, and I wasn't my own source of self-love, so I needed it from people. And now, because you know, I feel pretty fulfilled inside. I mean, I feel I'm more of a fulfilled person, that I'm overflowing with love. And therefore now today, from this place of where I'm at, I can actually say, well, do I want to buy that car? Do I want that flavor of ice cream? And do I want to date that man? And I'm more embodied. So I have some type of a reference of myself that I can then formulate a plan of what I want to do. And that's where the embodiment comes in. That helps us, because if I know myself more on a deeper level, when something doesn't resonate with me, I won't waste my time for years in that, because I'm clear about who I am and I'm clear about what I wish to feel and be. And I just realized it right now in the interview.
Well, that's
benefit of embodiment. Less
so
time
awesome.
suffering.
I love what you shared there, and I loved your example with dating, because like the reality is, like, we think like, oh, I'm really clear, but maybe you're not. And I loved how human you are, that you're like, no, I get angry, I get pissed, I get frustrated, because it's okay that that happens. It's just information. And it was really information in this example, directing your attention to, wait a minute, you're not clear. So you've got to get clear. So I love how you're talking about, we are the creators. God, yes, we are the creators of our life. What do you want?
And sometimes
make it happen.
We're so powerful creating that we're like, uh-oh, I created that. You
Right.
know, that's a lot of what happened in the past. I was like, oh God, I don't want to believe that, because look what I created. Right. So today I'm more like, look what I'm creating, you know?
Yeah.
Actually things I'm proud of, you know?
I totally get that. You're like, ooh, I like this. This was great. This is like a steak dinner.
Our bodies don't lie. That's the amazing thing, is our bodies, they do not lie. And that, like, for example, with sex, having sex with people that we don't really love or that we're not in alignment with, I do massage vaginas, and, you know, I work with men and women, and this whole thing with STDs, I think it's amazing. And I wish I mean, people aren't going to want to be on video saying, oh, you know, I slept with this person, I knew that I shouldn't, and then I got an STD. That's happened to my clients. I have maybe like I would say 3 clients that have told me the same story, that they did not want to sleep with someone, and then they wind up getting an STD with that person. And there's something told them no, and they didn't listen to that. So if they were more embodied, but then they needed to learn from the STD to value their bodies, to value sexuality, then they seek out Tantra, you know, they're seeking. So it's not bad that you have an STD. It's not bad that this happened. I'm not saying that, but it's really interesting how these stories come up where people knew that they shouldn't have done something, and then they do, and then they wind up getting hurt. So I wonder now, these STDs are really blessings to wake us up and maybe value our bodies more. And now 20-year-olds have like a rampant herpes virus 2 is like rampant in 20-year-olds. I was reading about this because I've been attracting clients more and more with STDs. And it's interesting. I mean, I'm doing sexual trauma, right? And women with abortion, that's another one that I work a lot with women, or infertility, where there's something going on that, you know, as far as the abortion too, they had a feeling that they should keep the baby, but they didn't understand, how could I have done this? And then for years they're suffering because they had the abortion and they regret. So I think embodiment is really important for everybody so that we can get more aligned with what's true for us and honor that. And that's why I created the Soulfish Sisterhood. That's the Facebook group I have on Facebook, because clients would say, you know, I didn't want to be selfish, so I didn't listen to that voice. I didn't want to be selfish. So, but then they wind up getting hurt. And I said, well, that's not being selfish. That's being soulfish. You know, you were honoring your heart and soul. So for example, if somebody would say, I didn't want to say no to this guy because he really liked me, but I didn't feel like I should sleep with him. That's not being selfish. That's being soulfish. You're honoring your heart and soul and your body. So that's actually wonderful if you honor that, you know. So that's a new word I would love to put in Webster's dictionary, soulfish, where it's honoring your heart and soul and really living from that place of true, authentic guidance. And that's what my whole life has led me to. Right now, I can honestly say 99% of the time I'm honoring my soul. I don't want to say 100 because, you know, I'm always learning, but more than ever. And I really think people love me more because they know that I'm really being honest. And there's something really powerful about honesty and being true. It's healing, it's powerful, it's sexy. This is what I noticed.
God, that's so cool. I love the word soulfish. I hadn't thought of that before, but I really liked it. Can you tell us a little bit about how sound can also help us vibrate higher?
Yes. So I would love everybody right now to just close their eyes. I'm going to be a little mysterious. And you're going to lean back into your chair. And you're going to notice the feeling of your chair. Take a deep breath in. As you're breathing deeply and feeling your body, notice how these sounds affect you. And allow yourself to feel grateful right now for your body, for your life, regardless of what's happening in your life, because it's all happening on purpose. And you were created on purpose. And you can ask yourself, what am I learning right now about the challenges? And feel grateful for the challenges because they're there to strengthen you. And then let that go. So breathing in whatever challenges, let it pass through you. And notice how the sounds affect you when you release. And then allow yourself to feel grateful for all the people that you love so much in your life that mirror back to you the things that you love about yourself, because everything's just a reflection. And then feeling grateful for the people that you're not so crazy about, because they're mirroring back to you the things that you can love and accept more about yourself. Sound helps to move emotions in the body more rapidly. And sound stimulates oxytocin, the hormone of love, connection, bonding, and focusing. And when we integrate sound with anything, with meditation, with massage, we're adding in this component of love. And we are vibrating molecules. We actually do emit a frequency, a sound. And certain emotions have different frequencies. So the frequency of unconditional love is a higher frequency. This bowl is the third eye chakra. So this one is helping us with our intuition. It's a very high frequency bowl. Just notice how it made you feel. Feeling grateful for that experience. Sound.
Oh, that's so cool. I felt tingling all over in different places. That's so awesome.
I love integrating sound. Sound also, it stimulates the fatter nerves. So if I'm having a sound experience, the pain nerves are thinner. So the sensory nerves for vibration are going to block the thinner nerves to the brain. So this is a way of bypassing getting over the pain sooner with sound. If anybody has sang, if you love to sing, you're doing the same thing. So you can program your mind, your body with sound, and that is something where you don't just play the bowl, but you can have an intention while you're playing it. So I like to do I am free. That everybody wants to feel free.
Yeah.
That's like very common. So you can inhale the feeling of freedom. So you can use the sound as a way of augmenting the lifting up of yourself, the uprising of yourself, lifting yourself up out of a funk. It just happens much easier when you're in front of a sound bowl. But you are the sound bowl, so you are an instrument of sound. It's not like you have to get this and only this will take you there. Because I could sing, I am free, I am blissful, I am high naturally. You could sing whatever you want to sing, or you could just be quiet and sing in your mind. Your brain doesn't know the difference for the people that are a little shy. So we are sound bowls. We are that. And there's crystal ones, there's metal ones. Any instrument that vibrates is going to lift you up because it's vibrating. Drums, flutes. So because of the fact that we're 99% made of energy, we can heal at the speed of light and sound. And if I work with someone as a physical therapist only physically, I'm impacting 0.00001% of what they are. So when I use sound with massage, I'll put this on top of someone's chest, for example. If somebody is going through a divorce or a breakup and they're laying on the massage table like this, I will put the bowl on top of their heart and I will hit the bowl as it's laying on top of their chest. So the person that has had the divorce, or maybe she has a relative that passed away, the heart bowl is vibrating a healing frequency over her literal heart organ. So people start to cry. People, sometimes if they've had trauma, it just accelerates the movement of those emotions off their body tissues like that at the speed of sound. So the minute I turn it on, people just start to release these emotions, which maybe they held for years. So you don't have to do anything except lay on the table, lean back, and be open.
Receive.
So it's such a quick way to release tension and emotional pain.
Well, Michelle, I love you, and I loved your little ditty. I mean, I love breaking into song myself. So where can, I know, right? Like, where can our audience go to find you?
So my name is Michelle Alva, ALVA and 2 L's with Michelle. So everybody right now, just go to michellealva.com and you can download a free gift there.
Yes.
Power your center and ignite your soul's joy, which is all about turning on our diaphragm, just like I talked about before. I also highly recommend going to YouTube and typing my name, Michelle Alva TV, and there's a ton of videos there that you can learn how to release and process pain, tension, stress. Get inspired if you want to learn more about Tantra, orgasmic healing meditation, or if you just want to release chronic pain 9 to 0 in one session, come see me. I'm offering a free discovery call for whoever watches this video, a 15-minute power, 15 minutes that we can talk. And sometimes that in and of itself is a healing opportunity for people. I'm here as your resource and guide. And if anything I said resonates, send us an email, either one of us, ask us questions. Let's keep the conversation going. I know that's what you want for the summit, because you have all these other programs you offer. And like myself too, I'm in the mission of transformation here. And it's not just this one little interview. I hope that we planted seeds for everyone and share with people that you love this summit, because when we get lit up, we're infectious, just like today, we're lighting up each other. So let's keep it going. And my website's the best way to do it.
So you guys, if you'll just scroll down, you'll see a link to Michelle Alva's free gift. Definitely check it out. And please check out her website. I actually got to experience a session with Michelle, and it was freaking incredible.
Over the phone.
Really go for it. What'd you say?
Over the phone.
Yeah, over the phone. Yeah, it's really cool. You don't even have to go be in person. So Michelle's located in Florida, but if you don't live in Florida, well, if you live in Florida, you're real lucky. If you don't, she can do it over the phone. So don't think that physical location limits you. Okay, guys.
We're so powerful that we can heal over the phone. I myself, that was like really hard to accept. But then my friend was saying, Michelle, you helped me so much, because I've had friends call me that were in pain. And I've been starting to do this, and then I'm like, oh my God, we're so powerful that we can heal ourselves. I'm simply the guide here.
Yeah, it's really that choice. It's that choice. All right, thank you so much, Michelle. Bye, you guys. Have a fantastic day.